ஆடும் பரிவேல் அணி சேவல் என பாடும் பணியே பணியாய் அருள்வாய் தேடும் கயமா முகனை செருவில் சாடும் தனி யானை சகோதரனே. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். உலகலாம் உணர்ந்து ஓதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியன் அழகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்தாடுவான் மலர் சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவான். திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். நேசம் நிறைந்த உள்ளத்தால் நீளம் நிறைந்த மணிகண்டத்து ஈசனடியார் பெருமையினை எல்லா உயிரும் தொழை எடுத்து தேசம் உய்ய திருத்தொண்ட தொகை முன் பணித்த திருவாளர் வாசமலர் மென்கடல் வணங்க வந்த பிறப்பை வணங்குவோம். திருச்சிற்றம். தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் அட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, ஏகம்பத்துரையந்தாய் போற்றி, பாகம் வெண்ணுரு ஆனாய் போற்றி, பராய்த்துறை மேவிய பரனே போற்றி, சிராப்பள்ளி மேவிய சிவனே போற்றி, அண்ணாமலை மன்னா போற்றி, கண்ணாரமுத கடலே போற்றி, காவாய் கனகத்திரளே போற்றி, கைலை மலையானே போற்றி போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். அண்ட சராசரங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அதிபதியாக விளங்கக்கூடிய முருகப்பெருமானுடைய ஒப்பற்ற பெருங்கருணையினாலே ஞானத்திரள் தெய்வச்சேக்கிழார் அருளி செய்த பெரிய புராணத்தை ஆங்கிலத்திலே நாயன்மாருடைய வரலாற்றை சிந்திக்கின்ற ஒரு பெரிய வேள்வியிலே நாம் இன்றைய தினம் காரைக்கால் அம்மையாருடைய வரலாற்றை தொடர்ந்து சிந்திப்பதற்கு திருவருள் கூட்டியிருக்கிறது. This program is being sponsored by the couple of Qatar, Mrs. Saravanan and Mr. Saravanan. Both of them are very much interested in promoting this program only because of the concern that the real stories of these Nayanmars should be taken to all sections of the people who may not be well versed with the Tamil, but they should be knowing how people in Tamil Nadu lived for Lord Shiva and sacrificed their lives, dedicated their lives for the service of Lord Shiva. See, as a matter of fact, we can pray Lord Shiva, we can perform puja, we can follow the rules and we can visit temples to get the grace of Lord Shiva. We can be doing all these things. But our ancestors have given us a very nice way of getting the grace of Lord Shiva by a simple means. By a simple means, it's not simple as a matter of fact, but it gives immediate result. See, other methods of getting grace from Lord Shiva may take some time, but whereas these methods suggested by our Deiva Chekudar and Sundaramurti Swamigal suggest that the immediate result can be felt out of this way of Lord Shiva's Saivat path. See, we have to get the grace of Lord Shiva. Why? To drive away our fears, sorrows and other sorrowful things in this in our lives. So by performing prayers to Lord Shiva, this can be achieved, but in a slow process. But what our Saivism gives another way of getting it faster is to serve the adiyars, devotees of Lord Shiva. See, if you serve the adiyars who in turn are the disciples, devotees of Lord Shiva, then you are getting the grace of Lord Shiva in a faster manner. So you can render service directly to Lord Shiva, or you can render your service to the disciples, devotees of Lord Shiva. If you render service to the temple to Lord Shiva, you will be called as Adiyar. But if you render service to the disciples or devotees of Lord Shiva, then you will be called Adiyar Ku Adiyar. So Sundaramurti Swami will suggest it will be a very, very faster way of getting the grace of Lord Shiva by adopting the service to the disciples and devotees of Lord Shiva. So in Periya Puranam, if you see, most of the devotees, they would be willing to extend their service to the devotees of Lord Shiva. So there are devotees, Nayanmars, who dedicate their lives for the service of the Sivanadiyars. What they will do is they will go approach the Adiyars and they would be submitting themselves to offer them the service, and even if they don't offer, they request to get the service from them voluntarily and execute them and get the goodwill of the Adiyars. See, if Adiyars are pleased, then automatically Lord Shiva is pleased. So that is why the best way of getting the grace of Lord Shiva is to render service to Lord Shiva's Adiyars. In this way, we can see the stories of Nayanmars. They get a very faster grace, and they even go to Lord Shiva's abode, Sivalokam, for when their life comes to an end. Now we have been seeing the episode of Karaikkal Ammaiyar, and we discussed a part of her life in the last episode. She was hailing from a very rich family. Dhanatatan was her father, and he got her married to a very wealthy merchant, Paramadattan, and he also arranged the couple to live near by him so that he can visit his daughter often. She was the only daughter for him, and she loved her to the most, and he didn't want to leave her, or he didn't want to get his daughter away from him, and so he requested his son-in-law to be in Karaikal, and he would be making all arrangements for his business and their residence. Likewise, he bought them a new house, and also he arranged a business. So his son-in-law and daughter were there in Karaikal, and the life was going smoothly. But one day, Paramadattan received 2 mangoes from his visitors and sent them through his servant to the house, stating that those mangoes for the lunch. So during the lunch, it was supposed to be served for him. Karaikkal Ammaiyar, her original name was Punitavadi. Punitavadi received the mangoes and kept aside, and she was busy in making ready the lunch for his husband. In the meantime, a Sivanadiyar came to her house, and he was asking her to feed him because he felt very hungry. Upon seeing him, Punitavadiyar was very much impressed, and she decided to serve him food with the available things. At that time only the cooked rice was ready and nothing else was ready. She somehow or other managed to serve the food with buttermilk, and she thought of the mangoes, and she offered the Adiyar one mango, under the impression that two mangoes meant for both of them. So she decided to give her part of the mango to the Adiyar. The Adiyar consumed, and after the food taken, he was very much impressed, and he blessed Punitavati and left the place. During lunch, Parabhadattan came, and he was served food by Punitavati. And at the time, she placed the mango on his leaf, he gave. He ate the mango, and since it was very tasty, that fellow asked for the another mango. But this was not expected or predicted by Punitavati, because she thought his part was given, he would not be asking for another mango. She was thinking, but on the contrary, the fellow wanted another mango also. She didn't know what to do, and she went to the kitchen and prayed Lord Shiva what to do under the circumstances. She didn't know how to tell the truth to the husband. He was asking, and at that moment he may not be releasing her statements. God immediately blessed her with a mango. She found the mango on her hands. She immediately went to the hall and served the mango. So without asking any question, Parabhadattan consumed that mango also. When he ate that mango, he found it especially tastier, and it didn't resemble the other mango he already taken. So he was asking, this mango seems to be having a special taste. This doesn't belong to our group of mangoes. It tastes very special. How did you get the mango? He was asking. She hesitated for a moment what to tell him. She was thinking that this fellow, when he was given the second mango, he would be kept quiet. He would be keeping quiet, but it didn't happen. This fellow was asking since he was very much impressed by the special taste of the second mango, he was asking that the second mango does not belong to the group of the first one. So tell me, how did you get this mango? I know this doesn't belong to that. He was asking. Without knowing what to do, she answered him the truth. She elaborated the details and told that the mango was given by Lord Shiva. This fellow bewildered, and he was looking at her and asking, what do you mean? Do you mean to say that Lord Shiva gave this mango? She said, yes. So how am I to believe you? I don't appreciate your lie. I think you are not lying. If that is the case, why don't you get another mango from Lord Shiva? He was asking in a testing mood and unbelievable tone, unbelieving tone. Again she was put under stress. She again went back to the kitchen and she was again praying, oh Lord Shiva, I do not know what to do. He was asking for another mango, I do not know. how to answer him. I have given him the true story, but he was not believing it. If he is not believing, what am I to do? Kindly guide me, she was asking. Immediately again another mango appeared in her hands. She was joyful, came out of the kitchen, ran towards him and placed the mango in his lap. He took the mango and was seeing at it. Do you mean to say that this mango has been given by Lord Shiva? He said yes. Okay, I will taste it again. He started to take it, but that moment it disappeared. Immediately disappeared. He was taken aback. One moment the mango was in his hands, the next moment it was not there. So he was very much afraid. No, this is not an ordinary lady. She is a strange woman. She is a divine woman. She gives a mango which disappears in a moment. She says she is getting mango from Lord Shiva. He didn't talk after that. He was not uttering any word. From that day onwards, he was very much afraid of her. He avoided her as a matter of fact. He didn't even touch her. He didn't even go nearby her. He avoided talking. He avoided even looking at her face. This went on for some days, for some months. Punindavati was not at all disturbed. If that fellow was not looking at her, she didn't mind. He was not talking, she didn't mind. She didn't mind. She was preoccupied with something else. She had some better things to think over. She had better ideas or better things to be thought of. So she was not worried about these new developments. She didn't worry about the new developments. She was going on as usual, but this fellow was not as usual. He was planning how to leave Karaikkal, how to leave this house, how to leave her, how to leave this Karaikkal. He didn't want to share his experience with anybody else because it may lead to some other things. People will convince him, some or other try to make him live with her. He made up his mind to leave her and he didn't have even a smallest idea to live with her anymore. So he was looking for a better opportunity to leave Karaikkal. At the time he got an idea. Why don't we go to the other places overseas and do some trade? People will also believe me. Once we go for trade on sail, getting a boat, people will not doubt us. So we will go away. We will go abroad. We will go we will go on some business. In that way, we may leave Karaikkal. So he very softly told Dadatattan, uncle, I want to do business overseas. I want to earn more because when I am going to have my children, I want to build a better future for them. So when I am young, I want to go away. All those things he was saying and he was convincing him. He was also convinced. Dhanadattan gave him permission and also made arrangements for a boat to be built for him. Paramadattan collected lot of commodities, lot of things, collected them and gathered them in the boat, and he bid goodbye to everyone and sailed to other places, other ports like Bengal and other places. He went and was selling the things he gathered in his boat. He did the trade very nicely and he earned a lot, and he was sailing for months together. In Karaikkal, Dhanadattan was under the impression. In Nagapattinam, Nidhipati was under the impression that this fellow was on business and he would be coming back on one day or other. As far as Punidavati is concerned, she never worried at all. She never bothered. He said, I am going, okay. She said, I would be coming after months, okay. She was not at all bothered. Because she was locked to Lord Shiva. She was always thinking, chanting 5-lettered mantras, and she was very happy in her mind. So when this fellow was doing business abroad, when he was doing business when he was visiting other ports and he was selling things and getting commodities and selling them, all these things he was doing, and he earned a lot, and one day he got tired of sailing long months and he decided to return, but this time he made up his mind not to return to Karaikal but to catch up with some other port, so that people in Nagapattinam or in Karaikal should not be knowing his return. It was a guess that he came back to Kulasekarapattinam. Nobody was sure about it, but hearsay is Kulasekarapattinam. He came back to that town, and he settled there, and he started a business afresh, and he was doing a roaring business, and he earned amassing wealth and was very successful. Years gone by. In those days, when people go for business across sea, people would take years together, so it's a customary thing. So nobody thought of otherwise, and they waited for him. This fellow in this new town, he developed his business and got new contacts and earned a very good name amongst the community. The community thought this fellow is a very nice man. He knows business. He is very sincere and having good habits. So he advised him, why don't you get married? Get married to a girl and lead a good life. They were advising him, not knowing that this fellow was an already married man. He also didn't disclose the fact, and he accepted, and he married a girl in the town and was living there. Again, 1 or 2 years passed by. He got a child. He didn't forget Punidavadiyar. He had a high regard for her. He only thought that he cannot lead a life with a divine woman. That's why he left her. So he named the child after her. He named his child Punidavati. He was living there. How long it can go? See? Once some people from Karaikal happened to see him, and they were talking to themselves, this fellow seems to be Paramadattan. Yes, he is Paramadattan. And they were exchanging views, glances. People in Karaikkal were under the impression that this fellow gone other places for business overseas, and this fellow has settled here, and he seems to be a married man here. Let us go and tell Dhanadatthan this news. They decided and came to Karaikkal and told him the news. But they didn't disclose that this fellow got again married. They didn't disclose. On hearing the news, Dhanadatthan was shocked. Why this man left our daughter behind and he was living elsewhere? He must have had something in his mind. Let us take our daughter to him and convince him. Let them live there. Some or other, I think that fellow didn't want to be in Karaikkal. By my side, he may be willing to go away from Karaikkal. So because of me, he might have been in there. I will go and tell him, don't worry about it. You will be here, but take my daughter with you. So I want to tell him. So he decided, and with his relatives, he went and told his daughter Punidavati, Punidavati, we had a news that your husband is in a town near Nagapattinam. So I think son-in-law wanted to live away from Karaikkal. Let him have his own ideas. I don't want him to be here. Okay, I will take you to his place, and I will ask him to take you in, and both of you lead a good life there. Some or other, I will manage myself here. I will come often and visit you, even though you are away from Karaikkal. I will manage myself. He was convincing and telling his daughter. Punidavati said, yes, okay, Appa, if you want me to go to his place, I am ready. I can come with you, she said. So he made arrangements, all relatives he collected. Everybody took Punidavati to the place where this fellow Paramadattan was leading a new life. They are all going in a group. When they reached the place, the Dhanadatthan some or other requested the messenger who gave the news for him. He was also accompanying, and he sent the messenger directly to Paramadattan to inform him their arrival. And he also wanted to inform that they would be coming to his house soon. This fellow went and told Paramadattan that your uncle is coming with Punidavati. All your relatives are also coming. He told him the information. Immediately on hearing it, he was shocked. He didn't expect it. He decided immediately what to do. He went to his wife, present wife, and told her, see, some or other, a time has come for you to know the truth. You come along with me. There are some grey areas in my life. Better you know them today. You come with me. Let us go to a place where you will know all the facts. But without saying a word, get ready, make ready your daughter, We all go to that place. She was asking, where are we going? Tell me. She was asking, don't ask me a question, you come. We are going to meet very important person. That person only cost me this life. Only because of her blessing, I got this much of wealth and other amassing wealth, and also such rich type of life, only because of blessing. So we are going to see her and we are going to get her blessing, especially my daughter. She is going to get the blessing from her. I think that God has given me this opportunity, as a matter of fact. You come along with me. He called her. She accompanied her with her daughter. 3 of them rushed to the spot where Dhanadattan was arriving. When everybody was there, Dhanadattan was, oh, my son-in-law has come. But he was not able to understand who was that lady with him. A small child was also there. When he was thinking what to say, this fellow directly came. He stood before Punidavati. He was standing along with his present wife and child, and he made a sign to his wife and child, and he prostrated before Punidavati. On seeing him, both his wife and child also bowed before Punidavati. Punidavati was taken aback. She was bewildering. What's going on? She got back. Why this fellow was prostrating before me? She was not able to understand. She immediately got back. And immediately he stood and he was saying, you have to forgive me. This is my new wife. I married her before 2 years. This is my daughter. One thing you know, I named her after you. Her name is Punidavati. See, don't think that I have abandoned you. I cannot live with you. You are a divine woman. You are not an ordinary woman. You are a divine woman. How can you live with you? You don't know your powers. I felt your powers. I am a small ordinary man. I am not at all equal to you. I cannot come nearby you. That is why I left you. Please understand me. Don't think I have cheated you. Don't think like that way. Only because of your blessings, since I have been with you for some period, that period of living gave me all this wealth and my life, this life. He was saying all these things to her. Everybody was listening. And Dhanadattan was asking, what are you doing? Why are you prostrating before her? Why are you bowing before her? She is your wife. Then he explained, uncle, she is not an ordinary woman as you think. You all people don't know about her. I am the only person knowing about it. She is not an ordinary person. She doesn't belong to our mankind. She is a divine person. She can do anything she likes. She can turn the world upside down if she wants. That much of power she has. He was saying, and he was standing before her, asking her blessings for him, his wife, and child. At that moment, Punidavati decided what to do. She was expecting that moment in her life. She was always expecting. She was always expecting that moment in her life. Even though she has all relations as father, mother, husband, children. One thing you must know, that she was not attached to anybody. At any moment, she was ready to leave everybody. She was thinking Lord Shiva is the only relation, is the only person related to her. That much of detachment nobody can think of. Nobody can think of. Even though she lived amidst all these relationships, it's amazing her detachment to be thought of. The moment she heard the news from him, immediately she exposed her detachment. She expressed her detachment openly. She immediately prayed to Lord Shiva, "Oh Lord Shiva, I got attached from every tie in this world. I am now free. Why don't you take me?" I am all yours. You had given this life. You had given so much of ties in this life. Now, I don't have any tie now. I want to be one of your ganas, pay ganas. Why don't you give me that virtue, that boon? She was asking. Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva immediately acceded to her request. She lost all her flesh in the body and she had an appearance of a skeleton body. And she was called Peiganam. Peikanathul Vandranin Nan, she was saying. And everybody was very much afraid of the scene. They fled away from the place and everybody moved away. And she was there praising the Lord, worshipping Him, and starting to pray her by Tamil verses. So she sang songs there, and she was visiting places, going everywhere where Lord Shiva dwells, and she was wandering there, here, and she decided to go to Mount Kailash and have darshan of Lord Shiva there with his spouse. So she decided and she traveled. During her travel, people when coming across her were very much afraid and were running away. She was saying, I am not bothered. I am loved by Lord Shiva. That's what I want. This fleshy body I had lost at my will. So I am free now. I am feeling very close to my Lord Shiva. I will live forever. I can never be separated from him. In this arrangement, I will never go away from him. And she felt very happy, and she was singing verses, and she was approaching the Mount Kailash. When she approached the foot of the hills, she didn't want to climb it on her feet. She was not feeling comfortable to put her feet on the mountain because the whole mountain is Lord Shiva. So how can I place my feet on this? So immediately she decided to travel to climb the mountain on her head. So upside down, she used her hands to climb the hill. Instead of her feet, she used her hands upside down. She was climbing the mountain. She was going up, and she was, since she was skeleton, she was able to go up faster, and she was going up and up. See, when she was approaching, Uma Maheshwari was able to take a glimpse of her, and she got very much surprised and asked her husband, "Oh, what is this, my lord? I have never seen such a scene. Who is she? She is coming up with her hands upside down. Why?" she was asking. And she was also asking, she looks very odd. She is looking very odd. She is bony. Why this? She was asking. Lord Shiva answered her, "You know who is she? She is our mom," he said. "She is our mother." He said, and also he added that she got this form by requesting me. She asked the boon to grant this form. So she wants to be in one of our Peiganam, the ghost, the group of ghosts. They never leave Lord Shiva. They would be coming they will be surrounding Lord Shiva in all places and would be ready to execute any jobs assigned to them, and also would be always dancing, singing, and also enjoying the bliss of Lord Shiva. See, so she asked for it and she got it. Since she wanted to worship both of us, have a darshan both of us, she was coming up. But when she came to the foot of this hill, she felt embarrassed to put her feet on the mountain, and that is why she was climbing up using her hands upside down. He was explaining. By that time, our Karaikkal Ammaiyar approached Lord Shiva's presence and she was praying him. Lord Shiva asked him, Ammaye, what do you need from us? He was asking. He was answering, oh my Lord, what to ask except the abundant measure of love for you. I should have undying love for you. இரவாத இன்ப அன்பு வேண்டிப்பின் வேண்டுகின்றார். இரவாத அன்பு, deep love, undying love, abundant measure of love, please give me. She was asking. She further added, I should not have any births here afterwards. But that is my request. If at all, if you feel that I am still having some more births or one more birth, then kindly grant me this boon. In that birth, I should never forget you moment. இரவாத இன்ப அன்பு வேண்டி பின் வேண்டுகின்றார் பிறவாமை வேண்டும். பிறவாமை, no birth. We should not come back to this world once again. Not in any form. Not in any form. Even not a fly or a bird or a human being. I don't want any birth at all. I don't want to come back to the universe. This earth particularly. But that is my wish. I do not know what my account status is. You always decide by the account status of the individual soul. Depending upon the deeds they have done, depending upon the goods and bads, you decide the births. So I do not know, it's only my wish. If at all, if you think that I should have one more birth, then my request is in that birth, let it be anything, but in that birth, I should not forget you even a single moment. Even a single moment. Peravamai, umayendrum maravamai vendum. I should always think about you. I should always praise you. I should always hear your praising. So that should be my boon. Lord Shiva was very happy and he was telling her, oh, Ammaye, I fully want to grant your wishes. Grant your wishes. You don't have any more birth. You won't be to me my side always. So, people going and settling in Thiru Alangadu in Tamil Nadu will never get rebirth. So you go to that place. I am dancing there. You may be there by my side and you can be singing, visualizing my dance forever. This will go on forever. So go to Alangadu, situated in Palayanur in Tamil Nadu. He was granting the boon and Karaikkal Ammaiyar was joyful and thanked the Lord And she said, I would be immediately going back to Thiru Alangadu, where you have asked me to be there. And I would be witnessing your dance there forever. And I also would be praising, praising your fame and name forever. Saying that, she returned from Tirukailayam to the Palayanur. The town is Palayanur, the temple is Alangadu. And she came over there and she reached the temple and she was able to witness the dance of Lord Shiva performing there. And she was sitting there with joyful moments, singing verses of Lord Shiva and also singing verses, Tamil verses of Lord Shiva, praising Lord Shiva. She was there, she is there, and she would be there. He is still there. And the dance is going on forever. And our Amma is still there, blessing all the people who visit the temple, blessing all the souls which go to the temple and worship the Lord. And people going over there without fail, they worship Karaikkal Ammaiyar, who is sitting under the dancing feet of Ratna Sabhapati. Ratna Sabhapati. That place is called Ratna Sabai. Ratna Sabai. Out of the 5 dancing places, this is the first one, Thiru Alangadu. So, Karaikkal Ammaiyar is there. I am enjoying the blissful dance of Lord Shiva and giving verses of Tamil, praising the Lord Shiva. Her verses are available for us to chant and to also to praise the Lord Shiva. She had given 2 padikams. She had given 2 padikams, one in Indalam, another one in Nattabadai. Both of them explaining the life of ghosts. Nobody has done like that. Only Ammaiyar has done. She had done a tremendous service for Tamil. She only paved the way how to sing a padikam. Srinyana Sambandar, Sundaramurti Swamigal and Appar Swamigal, all of them got the root only from our Karaikkal Ammaiyar. It was being said Padika Peribadi. So all of them got the foundation only from our great lady, Karaikkal Ammaiyar. So they sang the verses later on in the 7th century only under the pattern given by Karaikkal Ammaiyar. So she did, not only for that, she did a tremendous service for Tamil music also. In that padikams, she was mentioning lot of musical instruments, those were available in Tamil music. That is in 5th or 4th century, we can be proud of, and Tamilians can be boasting themselves that their music was unbeatable. And now, even now, it is unbeatable only because of its tradition. It is being exhibited in her sonnets, in her padiyams. So, all Tamils, all Saivats are indebted to Karaikkal Ammaiyar, the great lady. So, Srinyana Sambandar, Sundaramurti Swamigal, Appar Swamigal and all great people who came after her praised her and prayed her. They paid their respects to Karaikkal Ammaiyar. So such a great devotee of Lord Shiva, the episode we thought of. And with this, I am just concluding this episode. And in the next episode, we will be seeing the story of Appudi Adigal from next week onwards, from next month onwards, as a matter of fact. And in the meantime, I have to thank the people who are behind the scene, Mrs. and Mr. Saravanan, who are sponsoring these programs, such nice programs in English. People who are not well versed with the Tamil may be knowing the real story of Nayan Mars, how great they are, how did they live their lives dedicating to the service of Lord Shiva. All those things would be coming into light for the people who are not well versed with Tamil. So some or other these episodes would be helping them, and if you happen to meet such a persons, you can also pass on the information. You ask them to visit this site, you can ask them to visit this link and get the information. And one more information I want to tell you is Jnanathiril has released the complete story of Triyana Sambandar in English as pictures, comics book. So it would be a very nice book for present to your children. Your children, when they go through it, they will have good manners and jnanam from the book. So you can also gift it to your children or your relatives or your friends. You can get this book and gift them. And one more thing is that you can visit our website, Facebook, and get the updates. With this, I am just concluding this episode with the 5-lettered mantra, and I am requesting you to kindly follow me. Tiruchittambalam. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Tiruchittambalam. தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, என் நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி, வெற்றிவேல் முருகனுக்கு அரோகரா. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம்.